Right now, millions are bracing for Hurricane Milton, the monster Category 5 storm on a collision course with Florida's Gulf Coast, set to slam into the Tampa Bay area and St. Pete with a once-in-a-century direct hit. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Jason Martinez.
I'm Sheba Russell. It is a race against time to evacuate from Milton's path, with concerns about debris from Hurricane Helene turning into deadly projectiles. Meteorologist Kathy Orr is tracking Milton's track and timing. We'll get to her in just a minute.
But first, Fox's Lloyd Sauer is live in Tampa tonight. Lloyd, preparations have been underway for some time now.
Yeah, and it's kind of shell-shocking for folks around here because we just had the other hurricane, 2 weeks ago. Helene did heavy damage to our beaches. People's furniture is still out there. People's appliances, ruined carpet still out there on the curb. These things will become flying objects. Hurricane-force winds will send them all over neighborhoods, and that's going to be a hassle. Also, a bunch of people hitting the road today. A lot of people evacuating. Show you that in a minute, but let me show you this ride first. This comes from a hurricane hunter. These guys flying into Milton today. These guys based in Lakeland, Florida, out in the middle of one of the strongest hurricanes on record. It was quite a bumpy ride for these guys, collecting data that will be used to sort of fine-tune that landfall of Milton. A slow ride, though, on the highways here as people try to get out of Florida. I-75 headed north toward Georgia, bumper to bumper at times. I-4 headed over toward Orlando and Daytona Beach. Now remember, this storm, unlike Helene, will produce stronger wind inland in Florida. In fact, this storm will cut across Florida, and there will be hurricane-force winds in Orlando because of Milton. And with Milton as a 10 to 15-foot storm surge, greater than Helene. People still cleaning up are frustrated. They're scared. I talked to a building manager in Clearwater Beach. Here's what he said to me.
In fact, everything that you're looking at here was about 4 feet underwater, all the way. Entire beach got dumped all the way through to the front and all the way through the garage. So while we were happy to get it all cleaned up in a week's time, as you see, this next storm has us all worried that everything we did is just going to get pushed back.
Yeah, and gas has been an issue. Gas stations have run out. Some have closed. The governor, Ron DeSantis, told us today that there will be supplies coming into Florida and these gas stations will be replenished. But I tell you, in 40 years of covering the west coast of Florida, I have never seen a larger evacuation than this. I think that people got a taste of what Helene could do. They're seeing this as being a more powerful storm, and they're saying, hey, enough is enough. We're not going to take any chances. We're going to get out. Authorities have said, look, we're not going to make you leave, but if you decide to stay here, we can't come back in and get you because the weather's going to be too bad. So we're bracing for it here on the west coast of Florida. Back to you.
Well, Lloyd, I feel like in years past, not a lot of people really took these hurricanes seriously when it comes to evacuation measures, and it is a sigh of relief from us folks watching from the Northeast here to see thousands taking to the roads and trying to get out.
Yeah, it's going to save some lives. Yeah.
We've seen a lot of Lloyd Sauers lately, and that usually means a major storm's hitting Florida. We love you, Lloyd, but we hope to not see you for a while after this.
We'll be careful.
All the best to you and all your friends and colleagues out there and family in the Tampa area.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Hope for your safety, Lloyd. All right, so Kathy, where is Milton right now? I see that 5 behind you.
Yes, back to a Category 5 storm, 440 miles to the southwest of Tampa, moving east-northeast at 10 miles an hour. That's an acceleration in forward movement, and you can see how big this storm is. That eye is growing, and the wind field is expanding, and as the storm gets a little bit closer, it's going to expand even more. We're looking live in the Sarasota area, the area of Lakewood Ranch. Looks very quiet tonight, but by tomorrow afternoon, those tropical storm force gusts will be brushing against the west coast of Florida. Now, here is the track from the National Hurricane Center. We get an update within the hour, but still making landfall as a dangerous Category 3 major hurricane by early tomorrow morning, 1-2 a.m. So a little bit more than 24 hours from now. now, and you can see it crosses the state as a Category 3, weakens to a 2, and then south of Orlando as a Category 1, exiting into the Atlantic, and that's by Thursday afternoon. So you have about a 12-hour period of this thing battering central Florida before it moves back over the water. And you can see the distance we're talking about. The peninsula is rather narrow, about 120 miles, so it is just going to bulldoze through that hurricane warning area. And along this area from Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater through Sarasota toward Fort Myers, that is where we are very concerned about the storm surge, life-threatening storm surge in this area, 12 feet plus. And when you look at this map from the National Hurricane Center, you can see the red, the purple, that's the peak surge near Sarasota, St. Pete, and that's 12 foot plus. And then even south of that toward Naples and also Fort Myers, the surge will be around 12 feet, and that will be unsurvivable as well. So these are the impacts. That dangerous, life-threatening storm surge. Flooding inland will be a big problem because as the storm expands, it's going to impact more people. Tornadoes with those outer bands that we always see with these types of storms, and wind damage and power outages. I cannot stress enough how many millions of people will be without power. Guys, this could be for a couple of weeks and millions of people. So it's going to take a lot of time to recuperate for that. And it's hot down there. So you have to think about going without AC for that period of time as well.
That's brutal, too. All right, Kathy, thank you. Stay with us on air, online, and on the Fox 29 News app for the latest on Milton's track and strength, and for more live reports from Florida starting at 4 a.m. tomorrow on Good Day Philadelphia.